What's up, everybody? So you've likely heard of Moneyball, but have you heard of Moreyball? Daryl Morey, one of the pioneers of sports analytics, co-chair of the upcoming MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference, and current president of the Philadelphia 76ers, was interviewed on one of my favorite podcasts, Invest Like the Best with Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Needless to say, it's a must-listen for anyone in the space. But the three things that jumped out at me in the interview were less about technology, data, and AI, which might surprise you, and more about phenomenal life advice. So number one, build in public. Everybody knows how much I love build in public, so here we go with a quote. But anyway, long story short, early on, I would find the people who are doing in their spare time what they want to do now. And that's, I think, a little harder to do in other industries. Although I think with podcasting and blogging and Twitter, you can now find those people. Build in public. Number two, you don't have to accept the operating system that you've been handed. Quote unquote, the number one thing that I'd tell, especially younger folks now, and that's to not accept the operating system that you've been handed. So of course, I have to think about this in the computer science way. Fast forward a couple paragraphs further, and the thing I try to help young people realize is that you don't have to keep that same script. You can become inconsistent to your past. So just because you are always the guy who did X, and that's become part of your brand, and you feel like that's almost part of your ego, not ego in the negative sense, but the thing that you are as a person, you can replace those things over time. End quote. Number three, connected number two, think in terms of mental models. Quote unquote, the reason I started with that is that I'm constantly, and generally the people I like to hire, they're constantly saying, here's how I operate. Here's my mental model for how this business works or how this works. You'd be surprised. People don't even realize that they can take a step back and change the personal brand or their personal way that they've been operating. End quote. Phenomenal stuff from Daryl Morey. Can't wait for a big, awesome conference in Boston, which everybody in sports tech and otherwise knows, MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference. Will you be there in early March? I certainly hope so. That's it for now.